Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites. What's going on? What's going on? What's good in the hood? Welcome to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. This is Miss Smith. That is TSK1.
Peace.
And you are watching Rap Delites. You know what I mean? Organic hip-hop commentary. No gossip. No GMO. No anything like that. You know what I mean? What's going on, peoples? How y'all week going? Everything good? Everything good?
I'm going to sleep after the show.
We're going to sleep after the show. We was out here. Happy birthday to TSK1. He just did another rotation. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that why you're See, y'all leaving information now. I didn't know it was your birthday, so I can't come down too hard on you, Ty. It's your birthday.
Yeah, it was his birthday. He was celebrating how he liked.
I just don't know.
Put some Henny in my cup.
Oh,
there goes some.
Where did it come from? Magically,
put some Henny in my cup.
The magically delicious.
There you go. Just a little sip. You know what I mean? Want a
that?
little bit more than that?
What was that?
Want a little bit more than that?
It's like a
Tell me, that's good?
quarter teaspoon.
That's good?
No.
So
That Henny had me hanging from these damn lights.
Oh, man. So, we all back together. You know what I mean? Miss Smith took a spill last week, so she couldn't make it.
I did.
Did you have one of them medical alerts?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
No, I needed that because I was coming down hard on them too. But yeah, I watched the show. You guys did great, but
What, your replacement, you didn't like it?
Yo, what was that about?
We needed somebody.
Really? That's how y'all gonna do me? Because you were out before, and I showed you much love. So let's not talk about who this was last week. Who was this? No GMO. No cultural appropriation. No, who was that? Huh? That's what we doing?
Wasn't me.
That was all you.
I had a hoodie on. And I had a long night before that.
Yeah,
I was hanging out with the alcoholic.
Oh, yeah, we was hanging out with the alcoholics.
No, I'm glad to be back.
Oh, man. So we're going to get into what we've been listening to this week. We're going to shoot over here to my brother TSK1. What you been listening to? What's been tagging your ear? You know what I mean?
I still been knocking on The Night Before Purgatory.
Okay, you playing a Hank joint. You know what I mean?
That's just pretty much locked in.
You really like that joint, huh?
Yeah.
I like that. I've listened to it.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly, motherfuckers, I thought it was like some obscure shit that nobody, but motherfuckers was watching it on when we did the watch.
Right.
And people was like, oh, yeah, I know that joint. Yeah.
Then I would, people I would come in contact with, I'm telling them, yo, go on, Spotify, Tidal, whatever they dealing with, and call it up. I said, that. You listen to that.
The
So
streams up.
yeah, so I'm still listening to that, and just in the spirit of hip hop, in the spirit of rebellion and anarchy, and taking the old from the new, I've been taking a little something back, taking my listening flavor back to the old, and listening to a little treat.
You bringing treats as
per
usual.
People of my ilk.
Yo, look at that.
Will know about this.
Motherfucker look like Tone Tan. People that know us know what I'm talking about.
And this is a real treat. Not too many young people may know about.
Geezer.
This little thing.
Vinyl.
I just want to touch it.
Can we smell it?
What they call that?
Can we smell it?
God.
This is called a record.
A vinyl
This
record.
is vinyl. It spins. It has grooves in it. You drop a needle on it, and it plays music.
Yo, this is hot.
But no, this record here has been instrumental in since the early days of hip hop.
Fucking it up.
This right here, Charles Rainey, Baby Huey and the Babysitters signed to Curtime Records. This is the only record he released. He subsequently passed away before this album was even released. So.
Oh, really?
So this is the living legend.
Yeah.
And legendary in throughout the annals of hip hop. Hip hop DJs, producers,
samples and stuff like that.
Indeed. Very historic. So I've been listening to this. Anybody want to want some history, the track called "Listen to Me," specifically, you want to hear that track.
Yeah.
You know, indeed. Then there's another one on here called "Hard Times." Yeah. Yes. Very important tracks throughout the history of hip hop. So that's what I've been listening to.
Did you play MIDI instruments?
It was a band.
Okay.
It was a band. The thing with the band and when they got signed, Curtom Records is out of Chicago. Curtom Records was Curtis Mayfield's record company. Record companies, they would take one and put him out front and push the band in the back. He kind of, was good for doing that back in the days and kind of still are good for shit like
that's
that,
what they did with Cisco.
Yeah. Oh.
That's funny.
This guy. No, that's dope.
So that's some historical shit, man. I advise everybody to check that shit out. It's on Tidal. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. Get involved.
Okay. Miss Smith, sent you back.
Now, how am I supposed to follow that up?
You following up with what you listening to?
Vinyl. He got
listen.
old school.
It ain't my fault that TSK1 does the homework and comes in with props. You know what I mean?
Listen.
You can also bring in props if you want to.
I need somebody to put a big old ass on the back of here because I've been listening to.
It's a record like that.
I'm sure I've seen it. Who's that? What's their name? Two Live Crew.
Adina Howard.
Oh, Adina Howard. Yeah, I just watched that.
Adina Howard.
So I've been listening to Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Big old freak.
Oh yeah.
I remember. Ballet, pole dancer.
Oh, I remember hearing something about. I think I forget. I think it was Trey Songz or somebody like that came at her or something like that.
Yeah.
I was caught in the car one day this week and I heard it and the radio was on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, she's tough. I like her. Like lyrically, she's tough. She really is. She reminds me. She puts me in the mindset of like a Foxy and a little Kim. More city girlish this day and age.
She
but
wear a lot of
like
lingerie.
the way the shit that she's like, like speaking and rapping to, it puts me in the mindset of like some old school Kim.
She wore a lot of lingerie in the video.
She wore a lot of lingerie.
Lingerie?
Yeah. But the video is, even though it's a little saucy, it's like woman empowerment. I fucked with it. I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the other thing I'm listening to is some new Uzi Vert came out.
Uzi.
Yeah,
is Uzi Vert hip hop though?
Uzi is regardless of what Uzi wants to be known
I don't think so.
Uzi is hip hop.
And he's from Philadelphia.
And he's from Philly.
Is he? Yeah. Born and raised in Philadelphia, North Philly.
Fucking news to me.
Yeah.
That's news.
Yeah.
North Philly young boy. And I fuck with Uzi's. I fuck with Uzi's persona.
Yeah.
I mean, I fuck with how he just does his own fucking thing. You know what I mean? Without having to like.
I'm still stunned at that. I did not know this nigga was
from Philadelphia, North Philadelphia.
North Philly, yeah.
You know what I mean? From the shit. From the shit.
So what's so funny about him? My son attends St. Joe's Prep, and it's in the heart of North Philly. And right across the street, either he must have family members or something. He had like this Maserati, something parked outside, and the entire school rushed over to this car. I'm talking about white kids, black, like everybody loves this kid. Like literally, his security was all around. He was just happy, signing autographs, talking to the kids. Like it was.
He a big thing for these young boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used to love EXO Tour Life. I used to love that fucking song. I used to love that fucking song. So Free Uzi is a John you.
Yeah,
and you said something was going on with him and Jay-Z?
Yeah, so he's been going like battling or something with like I guess his management or label. I know he's signed to like DJ Drama, I believe.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they haven't been releasing his shit. They haven't been like giving him any play. And he reached out, or Jay-Z.
So Jay-Z stepping in as big brother as per usual. You know what I mean?
Now, and as soon as this happened, all of a sudden now.
So he's on Rock Nation.
He's with Rock Nation.
Okay.
New music has dropped and Free Uzi.
Okay.
This joint is hot.
Okay. Shout out to Uzi Vert. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm talking about. I think we touched base on this a couple weeks ago. How we like to see Jay-Z and people like him in his position step up to help these other artists out when they're like not being, you know what I mean?
It reminded me of something I was watching on Nori's podcast, and he was talking to LL Cool J, and he was talking about like a hip hop union.
Yeah.
Like how actors have SAG.
Yep.
Yeah. He was talking about wow. Like that's some next shit right there. Like, cause actor, it's not like it's some far-fetched thing. because actors have SAG.
Yeah.
So it's not like in studios are studios and actors are actors and actors are artists and they have SAG. So it ain't. But see, the thing about hip hop, they would have to incorporate all the genres in order to get something like that pushed through. You know, it couldn't just be hip hop. They had to get rock groups. It had to be a music union.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just like the artist protection firms, ASCAP, BMI, what they are supposed to be doing. You know.
But they in bed with the record companies.
Right. And the reason where Nori, you know, from watching those particular episodes when he came up with this idea and he was sharing it, was for specifically what De La Soul was going through with Tommy Boy. That, you know, the union or the group would step in on their behalf and help, you know.
And mediate between the two. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. I think that is
even
something
when artists fall on hard times, etc.
But I think that they can, because it's so funny that you guys just brought this up, because I just watched Motley Crue documentary on Netflix.
The movie John that they had? The Dirt. Yeah.
I just watched that, and I wanted to see, because I needed to see, were they treated just as unfairly as black artists, hip-hop artists,
listen, white artists got enough to watch.
And they work.
Some of them sleep through the cracks because they, you know what I mean, like guys like you never hear like the Beastie Boys or whatever like that. But the like rock groups, like I remember, I think it was like Billy Joel, he sold away like 75% of his fucking songs he didn't own. He sold them for like $100.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Like it was like
so to your point, I think a lot of those different genres will get in.
They would have to. They would have to.
Definitely be signed on to get in bed with something like that.
Yeah. I'm pro union.
Then we can start sampling again.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get into what I've been listening to this week. I have been listening to the Bronx Biddy, Miss Malibu Mitch.
Oh,
I love it. And anybody that knows,
look at the hearts in his eyes. Look at the hearts in his eyes.
I know the future is female.
So she got a song. Well, she got a song out called "Bum Bitch." You hear this?
I have heard this one.
Knocking this shit last night. That shit's funny.
I love Malibu Mitch. I even made Malibu Mitch my Woman Crush Wednesday one time. You know what I mean?
Now I gotta ask you a question. The word Mitch, where she kept pulling that from? Tell me that's paid in full. Now we got some reference to paid.
I don't know. It might be like I don't know. We'd have to ask.
All right, okay.
Malibu Mitch, you gonna have to break down the whole thing for us. The Mitch, I don't know.
I think that might have been a reference to like paid in full.
I fuck with Malibu Mitch like that. Like she's like my like a little foxy Vita,
that's
little slim goody type John, and she be spitting that shit on this John. You know what I mean?
This one.
Yeah, I fuck with Malibu. And she a bad little mofo too. You know what I mean? Look at that.
She was talking ill shit on this track.
Yeah.
What's that shit she say on that track?
With the chicken finger John. I fuck with Malibu.
We got a lot of females coming out. That's hitting right now. I can say that.
Yeah. So we gonna cut to a little break. Be right back. More Rap Delites. Peace. You know.
Cop in a fifth, huh? I'm TSK1, and this is Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. This is Miss Smith. This is TSK1. We are Rap Delites. We're going to get into... I'm playing this song in the background for a reason. Be careful. Because... Be Careful by Cardi B.
Very poignant.
We're going to get into this whole scandal. Scandalous. Skeezer.
I ain't surprised.
Cardi B has been... very vocal about her past lifestyle and everything, and it's come to light recently in headlines that Cardi B used to get men, like get them to hotels or wherever the case may be, and drug them and basically rob them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And she's getting a lot of backlash about it, especially with this whole Me Too culture and the Bill Cosby thing and all this kind of stuff like that. So it's a lot of bullshit going on with this shit. So I'm gonna who wanna start off? You want to start off?
I ain't surprised.
Yo, we gonna start off with TSK1 and then we gonna go to Miss
I ain't
Smith.
surprised.
All right.
You know she from the Bronx.
Okay.
And all throughout the 90s, many songs from rappers would come out basically saying how chicks would set you up and get you in places. This is the most graphic shit that I ever heard that a woman actually came out
And said it.
Yeah. But I'm really not surprised. I mean, she is a looker. You know, and who's thinking?
Yeah.
You know that.
Here's my thing about this, all right? And don't think that I'm taking up for anything.
She's about to take up for it.
It's the feminist movement?
No, it's not feminist. I mean, I'm just trying to differentiate between the two. So, when we talk about Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby victimized these women and took something from them on a sexual level, right? The way Cardi is coming and saying that she victimized these guys was more so on a survival level. You know what I mean? Like she did what she had to do.
And niggas got finessed.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I think in those.
Are we splitting hairs?
We're not, but I'm just trying to show the differentiate between the two. Like when you come in and say this guy shaking his head like no.
Sam is shaking his head.
I don't know. I think the
What's
same
good for the goose is good for my grandson.
Because I feel like the same rules apply. Like what you did was wrong. Like you came and victims are coming up now.
So what kind of heat is she getting?
I mean, she getting social media heat. It
She
ain't like
getting
somebody
social media
fighting. But and then somebody guys was coming out. Somebody came, but now anybody can come out and say the bitch drugged me. You know,
what if like victims will come out and say?
So there's some victims coming out now saying that they
but
were.
Anybody can say that.
Anybody can say that. You're right. How come you didn't come out before when she made name for herself?
Hey,
You know what I mean? But here's my thing.
That's the same argument.
Okie doke.
Exactly.
My thing is, this is me personally. I'm not taking up for fucking Cardi B at all. I'm turning fucking
Which
music off
means
right
he's
now.
taking up.
I'm not taking over. But my thing is, she drugged niggas and robbed them and then got out on them. That's not sexual assault.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those are niggas that was doing illegal transactions. They were trying to they was getting a prostitute. They was getting illegal pussy. Illegal transactions. And they was trying to get illegal pussy and they got into an illegal transaction and they got finessed.
Right.
That's no difference. It ain't got nothing to do with what Cosby did. That ain't sexual. That's sexual assault. That's a whole different.
Right.
That's
Not
a
even
different
the
story.
Cosbys, the Wines, like all.
Yeah, that's a whole different. That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
I equate what she did more to on some Annie up shit. She was robbing niggas, but she just can't.
MOP.
Yeah, she can't pull out the jam. I mean, she can pull out the jam. She robbed the nigga the way she could. You know what I mean? Niggas talk about robbing motherfuckers on records all day long.
They come back and talk about
and if you want to indict a motherfucker for what they talk about on record or what they did in their past and talk about throwing them in the fucking slammer, Jay-Z ought to be under the fucking jail. You know what I mean? Because this is a dude that talk about all of the coke he sold. So if you're gonna if we're not gonna take Jay-Z to jail for all the coke he sold, if we're not gonna take Pusha T to jail for all the coke he sold, if we're not gonna put MOP in jail for robbing niggas, we're not gonna put Remy Ma was in jail. But
here's my stance on
it. Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You're not gonna take rappers to jail for the shit for robbing and doing dirt in the street. Listen, Cardi B is the first time, and we're watching the first time really in rap history that a female artist has come out of the quote-unquote hoe culture. Lil' Kim and them was rappers. Yeah. Foxy and them was rappers. And they would talk about, dudes, but they weren't in the streets and stripping to survive. They weren't that type of chick. They was street chicks, but Cardi B she was out there selling her, not selling it maybe sexually, maybe it was sexually, but she was out there stripping to make money and finessing niggas that way. You know what I mean? And it's nothing but a finesse for real. It's a street finesse, and I ain't surprised.
No, that's what I was going to say again. And it's not a matter of condemnation. You know, it's just a matter. You said survival.
Yeah, I think it was for survival.
And
the only thing is, so my question to you guys is: do you feel as though the backlash is warranted?
She's going to get social media backlash is always going to happen.
Why? Because she's
at the top. Social media backlash now, but if you really look at it, like she has Pepsi endorsement, she has Amazon endorsements. They can pull that.
They probably are going to pull it. Some of them probably are going to pull out.
But here's the thing: if they don't pull it, some people are now, African Americans are now coming to the forefront and saying they didn't pull it because she's not really black. They didn't pull, and then that becomes another side.
That's a whole different thing.
Exactly. So like we're like.
Well, we'll I guess when that road comes, we'll see what's going on or whatever like that. But I mean, if she's getting backlash about it, you know what I mean, on social media, that's going to happen. That was a given because she's so open with what she's talking about.
Yeah.
She's always been that way. That's what gave her platform. You know what I mean? But and honestly, that's street shit. I remember one time we was hanging out with some chicks back in the day. Motherfucking bitch got me for my polo shirt. You know what I mean?
Like, you deserve everything.
Like, you know what I mean? You out there in the streets. And the thing about it, you got dudes online and you could tell they squares. These dudes wasn't out there in the street. Like, a pimp is different from a square.
Right.
You know what I mean? A pimp is different from
a movie dialogue.
Yeah, a pimp is different. So dudes and there's a lot of dudes out there. There's some real bitch dudes out there that really want her to, like, these are there's a lot of the same dudes that was mad when she got that Grammy.
Yeah.
They the same dudes that's up there, oh, she should go down. Yeah. Take her down.
You know,
and I'm like, yo, dude, why are you so mad?
You know, again, this goes back to like,
these are dudes that got finessed.
These people not from where we from.
Exactly.
These people that we come in contact with, you know, work or day to day, and you know, like your life ain't our life. Nah. You know, they talk about entertainers and the stuff that, you know, these entertainers talk about. Yeah. Not like realizing where we from.
Yeah, it's almost to the point like, I feel sorry for you, but fuck, why you put yourself in that position? It's different than and I don't want anybody to mistake my words for saying, well, why did a woman put herself in that position if she went up to a man's bedroom and you know what I mean? It's different.
It's a sexual assault is different from robbery.
Exactly.
I mean, you can ask any judge that. Sexual assault is different from robbery. Yeah. Niggas got robbed. Niggas get robbed all the time. I've been robbed before. You know what I mean? Always got robbed. They got robbed in a different way. Yeah. She could have brandished the iron on them, but she ain't had no iron. You know what I mean? She ain't had no iron. Would it be different? Like I'm saying,
but they got robbed on some doing illegal shit already.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Would the story be any different if she just got dudes back to the hotel and robbed them with a gun? You know what I mean? They got robbed. You got robbed. If I got robbed, I don't give a fucking which way you robbed me. You robbed me.
I think it will actually be different though. I think if she was actually brandishing like a firearm and I think it would actually be different.
That's
like, these
armed
niggas
robbery.
like you said, they were finessed.
It's just medicated robbery.
Medicated robbery.
It's a totally different.
And honestly, a lot of these dudes, you ain't got to get them too high because they already pill poppers anyway.
Yeah.
They
were hyped, had this beautiful woman. They about to get some, and
they got finesse.
Well, she was working and she found marks.
Yeah. That's
she found eligible marks.
That's the job. She got a sweet lick.
Guess what?
You know what I mean? That's the street.
When you walk down the street, you a possible
you a
mark.
lick. Yeah. Remember, I was watching on when LL Cool J was talking about when they used to live in Queens. He said, you walk down the street and you got a Sherlin on in Queens. It's like your jacket was yelling at the dude, yo, come take me. Come take me, please. You were a lick on the streets.
Especially you have a crew.
Yeah, you were a lick on the streets. And dudes that's up there crying about you don't understand the street culture. That she came up on a lick. You know what I mean? Period.
And guess what? Street culture, street life, and hip-hop culture run parallel.
Yeah, parallel. Y'all just ain't never ran into a street chick like this before. I grew up with them.
Yeah. I don't like the older bitch that like the whole surviving Cardi B. Like you're just so nutty for that.
Listen, you better be worried about surviving.
You're so nutty for that.
I don't know.
I don't even know. This video was from
like 3 years ago. The video been out.
Video was from like 3 years ago.
It just came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
We spent too much time.
We spent too much time on this shit. We gonna be right back with more Rap Delites. You know what I mean?
Basically.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. This is Miss Smith. This is TSK1. We're going to get into some shit right now. You know what I mean? We're going to get into some stuff right now. It's a word out there that that's around in the hip hop culture, around in black culture. Period. Culture vulture. we're gonna shoot over here to my man TSK1. I want you to define for the people, in your own words, what is a culture vulture?
A culture vulture is someone not belonging to said culture that would, package and sell it, mimicry, impersonation, basically somebody that is not a part of said culture that would do anything to make money off the culture. That will put people in positions to make money off of them in the use of their talents to basically skim anything they can for their own selves from the culture.
Okay, so we're gonna get into this conversation because
eloquently put.
we're gonna get into this conversation because me and my sister over here, Ms. Smith, had a question. DJ Khaled has a new album coming out. What's the name of it?
Son of what is it?
Son of Assad?
No, Assad's dad.
Yeah, give me a second.
Son of Assad.
Father of Assad.
Father of Assad.
Son of Dad.
That's the name of his son of dad. Father of Assad. DJ Khaled's new album that's coming out, which is executive produced by his son Assad. He's like one of the greatest dads ever. You know what I mean? He put me to shame.
Is he really?
Like, what would you like? Yo, I will never see your son. I'm like, yeah, because I can't match up to Khaled.
Why? Because he's on the red carpet? Is that why?
The album is executive produced by the kid?
By the kid, yeah. It's a lot of that going on, and we're going to get into that a little later. But
again,
me and Ms. Smith stuff. Is DJ Khaled a culture vulture?
Well, all right, you tell me this. I'm going to start. I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here. What does he do?
Well, he's a producer.
No, back that shit up.
Okay, all right.
Back it up. He doesn't rap.
He's an executive producer.
He's an executive producer.
Okay, executive producer means he fronts money to cats, right?
Yeah, and he's like arguably like how Quincy Jones would do things. You know what I mean? He would orchestrate. Quincy Jones played instruments in the beginning. But after a while, he didn't have to. He would just call in motherfuckers
delegate.
But Quincy Jones, but he was more instrumental in a lot of the what do you call it?
Well, that's because he needed more instruments.
Instrumental.
He was instrumental because he needed more instruments.
In my mind, I feel like DJ Khaled. I feel like he's the biggest con. I really do.
Now I'll buy con, but I think culture vulture is a stretch. He's talentless.
Why would you think culture vulture was a stretch? Why? He's not from the culture.
I beg to differ. If anybody, you ask, I've seen interviews on other podcasts when Luke himself, being pretty much the godfather of Miami and the scene or hip hop or rap scene in Miami, will basically say on his come up, he would always see DJ Khaled. He was an actual DJ.
Yeah, he was the DJ on
one of
Luke's shows. On one of Luke's shows.
So he's not like totally out, away from it, a part of, it had something to do with this thing on the come up. And this is Luke saying that.
Yeah. Well, for argument's sake, Leo Cohen's.
He's a culture vulture.
But he was on the ground floor doing shit with Run. He was a roadie for Run DMC, carrying records and hanging out.
He is so true.
So I mean, I'm just telling you, I'm throwing you what you said and telling you that's what Leo Cohen's did. You know what I mean? He wasn't a DJ.
That's my man right there.
I'm just saying. We was talking about splitting hairs. I mean,
sure.
You know what I mean? I honestly, I believe that Khaled, because Khaled's Palestinian. His parents are immigrants from Palestine. He came here. He lived in Louisiana.
Yeah, Cohen's an Israeli.
Yeah, which is neighbors.
Take that!
Take that! Neighbors. And Khaled was a DJ in Miami. He was also when the Terror Squad would go on tour, he was the DJ for the Terror Squad.
So yeah, educate me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, he was a DJ for the Terror Squad. Then he got into production via the Terror Squad in the studio with them, helping them when they had jams and stuff like that, getting production credits. You know what I mean? Not necessarily producing those records like, you know what I mean?
Right.
He wasn't like Woody Wood. Right. No, Chuck Nice. He wasn't like Chuck Nice, like banging it. Or maybe he was sometimes. I don't know. And then he got into doing like the compilations.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Which is what a lot of DJs
And that,
did.
when that shit first came out,
I thought he was Puerto Rican.
I thought he was.
I thought
that shit was
Puerto Rican.
annoying to me.
I thought the motherfucker was Puerto Rican.
Annoying to me.
It still is annoying.
Well, right now I just don't pay him any mind. He's everywhere. He's on talent show panels and shit. I just basically pay that shit in the fucking mind because I don't even watch TV. So it's beneath me in that regard. But when he first came out and he just kept saying like Khaled, we the best. I'm like, who the fuck
Major
is
Key.
Right, listen,
You're playing yourself.
He wasn't making none of the beats or doing none of that. So yeah, I'm with that. But
I respect this man's resume. Don't get me wrong. However he came up the ladder, that's fine with me. However, in this day and age, I would refer to him as a culture vulture because he's not doing anything to I mean, he's putting out music, but it's on the backs of other people. Like, he's bringing people together, producer type shit, which is okay. But at the same time, that's what white people have been doing for years within our genre and taking, you know what I mean, credit for it. Like, that's my thing. Don't get me wrong. There are some joints that I like from Khaled. Do I want to hear his fucking voice on every damn song? No, I don't. You know what I mean? That's like that.
What about Sean Combs?
I don't hear Sean Combs on every joint he brought out, but like,
and then
it was,
But some motherfuckers would a lot of the heads would call Diddy not necessarily a culture vulture, but definitely a bloodsucker.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely a bloodsucker. So I think Khaled is in between. He's in between Combs and Leor.
Combs and Cohen. Combs and Cohen sound like a fucking law firm.
I think some people will say that, that he paid his debt to like our culture to be more like accepted, where it is okay for him to do this. I myself, I don't think that.
But guess what?
So
guess what?
I'm not co-signing.
It's again just like Mark's walking down. Cardi B finding a Mark and catching that motherfucker.
It's the same thing.
This is the fucking American way.
Yep.
There's no fence and no guidelines of saying we can't keep people out.
But that's what it is.
You know what I mean? Plus, the thing is, going way back to the beginning of hip hop in the recording industry. Once we opened the door, guess what?
Yeah.
Shit comes in, but guess what? Shit goes out too.
It goes out too.
Right.
Yeah.
We can't just cordon off to say, well, not you, on some Studio 54 shit. Guess what?
I don't like your shirt.
Guess what?
I don't like your
the
face.
same thing. The analogy that you made to drug dealers. One of three things: caught, killed, or robbed.
Yeah.
And
I definitely agree with you. But my other takeaway is from a culture vulture. They are people who are able to pay their way up the ladder. You know what I mean? So like, there are brothers out here who could do the same and have done probably the same thing that Khaled does, but they don't have that Palestinian money.
We lack
to go
unity.
a little bit further.
No,
you know
we
what I mean?
got money. What do we say on one of these first shows? $1.7 trillion. Annually, we got money. We just lack the unity to know what the fuck they're doing.
You know what I mean? Right. And yeah. So I mean, all right, Khaled, culture vulture.
Yeah,
Khaled, culture vulture.
Thanks for coming to the black side. Yeah, hell yeah.
What do you want me to do, Khaled?
Yeah.
You voted out.
I'm an ant. We got an antler. I'll take it. I'll take it.
We will be right back with more Rap Delites.
We giving them that. Come on now.
I'm Bats.
I'm Miss Smith.
And I'm TSK1.
And you're watching Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. This is Miss Smith. That is TSK1. We about to get into some shit right now. This is a new segment that we want to try on for sides. We're going to give y'all, we're going to do, anybody know about a mixtape? A mixtape.
Yes.
Back in the day, I used to make mix. I used to have my little stereo, and I used to make mixtape. Remember how in '99 I had the countdown?
Yep.
And I used to pause and get my little mixtapes and stuff like that. Yeah, pause tapes and stuff like that.
Stanley start talking again.
Yeah. I had it down to a science where I would be able to rewind and cut him off. And then start over. I was fine-tuned,
Could
baby.
you take it out and just a little with your
finger,
put it back in?
Y'all know nothing about that.
We
Y'all got this
all
digital shit.
Originators
you know what I mean? Of the mixtape. So we're gonna give y'all our. We're gonna go to a year. We're gonna give you other years, but this is our first time we're gonna do this. So we're gonna go to the year 1990.
It's a transitional year.
You know what I mean? Year 1990, and give our quintessential mixtape for 1990. You know what I mean? So we're gonna start over here with my man TSK1.
Incidentally, I mean, out of all the albums, hip hop albums, mind you, that were released in 1990, what we doing is 5 apiece. That shit ain't enough. Yeah. I had like.
So we had trouble with 5 apiece.
I had like 8 lists.
I was the only one that did the homework.
I had 8. I did the homework.
We did the homework.
I got the homework too much. I had the homework. I had 8 lists, but I narrowed it down to 1. In protest.
This was hard for me.
Yeah,
all right. So
but my, out of these albums, Lord Finesse released his album Funky Technician in 1990. That was early that year. My first cut off of that album is the title track, Funky Technician. And I
remember when Lord Finesse came out. Lord Finesse was on some other shit.
And Finesse was like pretty much the first and second representative from the DITC crew to
digging in the crates, for those that don't know.
I think Diamond D with Positive Force came out first, but yeah, that's my first entry on this mixtape. My second one is Master Ace from his debut album, Take a Look Around, Letter to the Better, which is one of the illest jams to this day.
Letter. That was off the Take a Look Around. And that was the joint had Me in the Biz and everything on there. But yeah. But it was too easy to go Me in the Biz.
Yeah. I fucked with Me in the Biz.
Oh yeah,
Ace didn't
fuck with Me in the Biz. That was some shit that the record company.
Yeah, that's a record company joint. Some shark jumping shit they wanted to do. But yeah, this probably solidified Ace is my favorite of all time. NWA, the EP to Niggas for Life, which was called 100 Miles of Running, off of that album. Real Niggas. Off the EP, right?
Real Niggas.
This shit was a dope ass jam, man. This right here is
Real
a fucking
Niggas.
Specimen of production mastery.
From Dr. Dre and Yella. Dr. Dre and Yella. I think Yella doesn't get enough credit inside of that whole unit. And Yella, people shit on Yella like he was just some like passerby or some shit like that. But Yella and Dre used to work in symmetry with each other.
They go back from the world class record.
Yeah, they were working symmetry with each other. I remember it was an interview with what's the dude that robbed them all. I ain't even gonna mention his name. We don't even gotta talk about him. But he was talking about like
another culture vulture.
Yeah, no, he was a culture. He was a culture vulture. I remember he was talking about like watching them in the studio working together, Yella and Dre. He's like, yo, they wouldn't even talk to each other. They would he would like Yella put on a record, and then Dre would just work, and they would just, you know what I mean? They knew where we were going. They knew it needed to be done. That's magic right there. You know what I mean? It's like me and Sam. You know what I mean? It's like me and Sam. Y'all don't see what goes on behind the scene. Y'all don't see what goes on behind the scene, man.
Should we hide it?
Exactly.
Y'all see what goes on. All right, what we got next?
All right, my next cut is this is a very important album to me. Brand Nubians, One for All.
One for All.
Which would be pretty much the title track from that album, All for One. Woo! This is my shit.
Yeah.
Pooh, Sadat, and motherfucking, Jamal, they killed this shit right here, man.
Yeah.
Because the Pooh was never buffing. I want to stop to listen to this fucking rhyme along, but but my last joint on it is People's Instinctive Travels, A Tribe Called Quest's first debut album could be a mixtape by itself.
Yeah.
with the remixes and everything, but it was hard to narrow down one. But even from that album, as though it was a little ahead of it was way ahead of its time, and it was slept on. A lot of motherfuckers fuck with it, but a lot of motherfuckers didn't. But this album, you listen to the drum tracks, boom bap all the way. You know what I'm saying? This album had a lot of levels, but the track I picked off of this one was After Hours. There was tracks on the album. Slept on.
I haven't heard this in so long. I probably ain't heard this since 90.
Yo, you can't put that album off from the beginning, and you're not skipping no tracks.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
haven't heard that since the 90s.
Listen to that shit, yo. I know where I was. All of these albums, I know where I was the moment.
I was there, man. All right, Miss Smith. That was TSK's 5. Miss Smith, what do you got for the 1990 mixtape, Rap Delites mixtape? Yeah, it was so hard.
This was hard. This was hard because I feel like 1990
talk about the whole
birthed my true hip hop, like me as, you know what I mean? Like it did the thing to me. So I started off with PE, Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet, Welcome to the Terror Dome. Like
I was glad somebody put this on there because I wanted it too. Yo, this shit make me want to run through a wall.
It's just like,
yo, if I'm driving with this shit on, fucking get out my fucking way.
Down.
Woo! This was it.
Yeah, this is some work. This is shit I work out to.
Yeah.
Now I mean, my mama said knock you out.
But you know what it was for me? Yo, I love this song. In 1990, and you had said it, rap and hip hop transitioned, and for me, I feel like it transitioned into a more conscious level. Like niggas was starting to tell what we have been going through, and what we don't want to see, and what we're tired of. That was with Public Enemy. And then in my next joint, I put Salt and Pepper. Was it Black Magic?
Black Magic, that album. Express Yourself.
Express Yourself was just like, it was a fun.
And that's when
talking to women, talking to everybody, like, yo, get out here, do what you need to do.
And you know that was on the cuffs of them trying to separate from her. You know what I mean? That was Salt's boyfriend, who was their producer for all those first 2 albums or whatever like that. And they were just like, we want to write our own stuff. We want to do our own thing. And that's when they came out with Black Magic and all that kind of stuff like that. I remember the video. Remember they had little baggy stuff on, the little hats and stuff like that. Yeah, they wasn't doing it. They wasn't doing it. They wasn't doing it.
It showed the growth of them.
Well, they got sexy again.
They got with the shoot y'all. That's when Pepper. Woo. Yeah.
So for me, 1990.
Hearts in his eyes again.
Why we got no sixes with shit? Damn.
I'm sorry.
Wait, what's your next one?
My next one. Let me just go back hardcore. Jeez.
Alright.
So my next one was you just called it, Tribe, Bonita Applebum. Like you cannot think 1990 and not remember Bonita Applebum.
That track is very special to me.
Exactly.
Man. That whole album, yo.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot.
Exactly.
Because that wasn't even on.
And I'm talking about the remix.
No?
Yeah, you.
I put that. I had that.
Yeah, but you didn't say that to me.
Then you got 6 then, because I got 5.
Remember the remix?
4, 5. I got 5.
Remember the remix? I know Var remember the remix.
Yeah, they had a remix of it. Yeah. This is a remix what Pharrell did.
Yeah, I heard this on that joint.
Yeah.
I like Pharrell beats. I gotta hear that one. But yeah, that was one of my
favorite
ones back then. That was a good one.
Yeah, Bonita Applebum. That was that remix was made.
Yeah, they had the Isley Brothers Between the Sheets sample on that joint.
Yeah. So moving on, my next one, you can't think 1990s without hearing these 2 guys, Eric B and Rakim.
Okay.
And what was the name of that album, guys?
That was Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em.
Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em.
Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em.
And that was my title
track.
But that was my joint. Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
No bother doing your hair, baby. Brothers are busting at me.
Another hype. This should be another gym song. Because this is another one that's hype.
Yeah.
And this was when they first really started, around the time when they first really started working with Large Professor.
And you can tell the sound, because this sounds just like the Coochie Rap joint. What was that?
Wanted Dead or Alive. Which came out the same year. Yeah. Lost Professor was very busy.
And Eric B was taking a lot of credit for shit that he wasn't doing.
Yeah. Remember when Crush Raps? I think it was Crush Raps. It was either Crush Radio, which was a local video and radio show here at the time, and I think Lord Professor,
because you didn't have to have cable to watch it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And Mike Elliott, right?
Mike Elliott.
Shout out to Mike Elliott.
Shout out to Mike Elliott.
Very instrumental
in this.
And he had, it was, like when Lord Professor was like, it was blasphemous for somebody to say fuck Eric B.
Yeah.
I was like, like damn me.
Yeah, but he don't see it. So Lord Professor did his thing on this, John. So what's next?
So my last and final one would have to be EPMD, Business as Usual. But my song that I really really fucked with was Rampage.
Rampage with LL Cool J.
With
LL, and that was like something that's funny about this album and this year. I remember I got this album. Remember them Columbia House Jones where you can get like the 10 CDs for like a dime and all that kind of shit like that. I was getting them for shit like that. And this was a part of that whole thing. I got this album. But yeah, this was the John right here. Yeah, absolutely.
That was me. It was so many more that I had on my list.
Yeah, it was a ton of stuff that you could have had.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the mixtape is dope so far.
Yeah. All right. My 5. I went.
Yeah, right.
Gotta let that ride a little bit. You know what I mean? All right. Also off the Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em album. You know what I mean? I was a big Eric B and Rakim fan. Mahogany. You know what I mean? Which was like a ballad. With Rakim just slow flowed you to one long ass verse, you know what I mean?
The entire song was a verse.
That's
I said, hey lady, I'm sorry if you're in a rush. Don't let me
this shit.
That shit's so melodic. It's just like
you got the look. I wanna get to
this shit is awesome right here.
That's Bill Withers and Al Green.
Yeah, this shit was awesome right here. So Mahogany, Eric B and Rakim off the Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em album. Then we went to the Edutainment album, Love's Gonna Get Ya. You know what I mean? Love's Gonna Get Ya. BDP, baby.
I hear you, Sam.
You know what I mean? BDP. Which was a dope ass joint. And then it was a hit record also.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean? It was a big hit record for
Who
BDP.
did not know the lyrics to the song from beginning to end? Like, who did not know this joint?
Yeah, baby, just visualize, just see that shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Be painted.
Then I went into one of my favorite songs by LL Cool J. The remix to Jingling Me.
Yeah.
When they had the video, when L was dancing
in the video,
like L was literally dancing in the video. Yeah. Produced by Marley Marl. You know what I mean?
This is a true 1990 anthem. Like, we was house parties. You was not coming out of a house party without dancing to this song. You were. It just was the way it was.
You know what I mean? This is the shit right here. I used to love this fucking record. And it was so fucking, because they had an original version on Walking with the Panther. And then they brought out the remix that was on Mama Said Knock You Out, which was another dope ass song that didn't make the list, but it was still a dope ass song for the fucking 90s, you know what I mean? Along with Round the Way Girl, all Boom and Stand System, all that shit, you know what I mean? Then I switched it up a little bit and went to the West Coast, to Oakland, you know what I mean? With Digital Underground, Do What You Like. You know what I mean? Just to fuck with your head.
That's why That's why I brought the head.
Just to fuck with your head. Because when I saw this, because I only saw the video, I actually got the Sex Packet album through the Columbia House joint.
Yo, the motherfuckers was dope, yo.
But this was some other shit. This was some other shit. You know what I mean? Him and Money B doing their thing.
I just want to tune y'all out and just like rock right now.
You know what I mean? So then I still wanted to keep it Cali on some shit, and then my last John was off the Kill It Will EP. First Ice Cube came out with the America Most Wanted John, and then to still keep his steam with it like that, he came out with the Kill It Will EP. And I remember when it came out, I was like, what the fuck? Like I didn't know what the fuck was going on, because EPs wasn't something that was like common. You know what I mean? It wasn't something that was common. So he already had albums. So I'm thinking, that ain't on the album. What the fuck is this?
You know, and I think like Killer Wilson was just spill over from, he had so much material, you know.
So that's jacking for beats, and the fact that he took all these tracks from all these artists, it was like I never even heard. How is this even legal? You know what I mean? How did he get these fucking beats like cleared and sanctioned? He just it played up to his gangster jack and shit. Like I'm gonna steal your beats. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was just some dope ass shit. You know what I mean? Q was the shit back then, man. This was Q.
Really was. Like,
Q was fearless.
Yeah.
Just tearing niggas' heads off. This was that was the Cube of old. Like y'all kids get the Are We There Yet Ice Cube. Yeah, y'all get that Are We There Yet.
Y'all get the Cube that can't.
We got the nostril flared Cube. You know what I mean? That's what we got. You know what I mean? So that's the Rap Delites 1990 mixtape. We're gonna come back with some more. Could have been more. Could have been less.
I could have did an all righteous joint.
Yeah, because there was a lot of shit on there.
Yeah, a lot of
shit on there. A lot of shit on there.
Full Righteous Teachers, Lakim Shabazz, Brand Nubian, Paris, Tragedy Gaddafi,
America's Most Wanted,
X-Clan.
Like, it was a bunch of stuff on there.
Yeah. See what they doing to me?
See
what they doing to me?
It could have been more.
We gonna be right back with more Rap Delites, all right?
He's trying to silence us.
I mean,
get that in.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Yo, welcome back to Rap Delites. What's going on, peoples?
You tell us.
Now this right here is this. We never did anything like this, whatever like that, because it ain't never been no shit like this to do. You know what I mean? It's a brother. I'm playing this brother right now, playing some of his music. Brother from Philadelphia named Chill Moody, right? Shout out to Chill Moody. You know what I mean? Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, matter of fact, just like us, you know what I mean, born and raised. And he's done a collaboration with Dock Street Brewery, which is a brewery in Philadelphia, exclusive, and everything like that. And he has this beer out called NiceThings IPA. Comes out every year. It's a seasonal beer, whatever like that. I remember the first time it came out. First, I grabbed a 4-pack, right? Grabbed the 4-pack of it, and it was good. And I'm like, yeah, a little 4-pack. And it was good, so I'm like, all right, next week I'm gonna go back and grab me another 4-pack.
Yeah.
I got back, that shit was gone.
Oh.
I mean, they ate it all up. So next year I got me a case. I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna get me this. I got me a case, and then I got a case this year too.
And how many years this been on?
I don't know how many years they've been doing. I think it might be like 3 or 4 years they've been doing this, whatever like that. So Dock Street and Chill Moody have been collabing with this. So we got a little growler of it over here. You know what I mean? Okay. Shout out to Dock Street.
That's what we have over here. I thought this was apple cider.
Nah. So we gonna do a little taste. We gonna do a little taste of this NiceThings IPA.
You lucky I ain't drink all this shit.
I mean, go around. Cheers.
Oh my God, this is really good. This is really good.
It's nice and crisp.
This shit is fresh. They made this
There's like
the 18th. Yeah. What's this, the 28th? You know what I mean? Like a week ago. This beer was made a week ago. That's fresh beer.
You're a beer connoisseur anyway, so if you're saying something's good, you're like, okay, this is really good.
Listen, all this fucking case is $80.
It's pretty bright. It's got a brightness to it. Real crisp.
This shit is good right here, man.
I can drink this. I'm not a big beer drinker.
And it's an IPA?
I just like a
how many, what's the percentage on that?
I think this is 6.4.
6.4, which is
that's a nice little area. It ain't too high.
12.8% or 12.8 proof.
Yeah.
Y'all going this all Greek to me. But
but it's good.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff right here. It's good stuff right here. Shout out to Dock Street.
Metrics, but this is good.
Shout out to Dock Street Brewery. Shout out to Chill Moody and these NiceThings IPA. You know what I mean?
That's the proof.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You gonna school me after this too? We
gonna
You can get my pen and pad.
Schooler.
You already know it.
But I'm gonna need to take one of those 4-packs though, so I can really understand the metrics.
He
But
ain't
no,
letting no
we're not doing
four-pack
that.
go.
We're not
He
doing
ain't
that.
letting no four-pack go.
You grab a
Wait,
cup.
what we
That's
doing?
why I got
You
that.
grab a
I might
cup.
take
grab
the
a cup, I give you
growler.
a sip.
Billy Ray Valentine's
Can I
shit.
borrow your growler? Can I do that?
You grab a cup, I'm gonna give you a sip.
You'll be long.
I tried.
Oh man.
But chill, this is good stuff. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
good shit right there. So we're gonna get into the artists of the week. Gonna keep it Philadelphia. Artist Philly,
Got
baby.
to.
Artist of the week this week is the brother from Parkside.
What's
You know what I mean? Jesse Bonds Weaver Jr., better known as Schoolie D. You know what I mean? Stage name Schoolie D from West Philadelphia, Parkside.
That's Philly, that's right.
The brother who is tagged with being the godfather, what they call gangster rap. You know what I mean? Gangster. And this was before NWA, before Ice-T, before any of these.
Right.
If you talk to Ice-T or talk to NWA, they'll say that Schoolie D was influential in what they were doing over there on the West Coast. You know what I mean? Shout out to fucking Schoolie D.
Easy-E in many interviews said, that Schoolie D was the template. For what NWA was trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not kind of. The template. It was what they saw Schoolie D and said, that's what we want to be. Listen to that beat. A DJ's dream.
Yeah, the beat is just sick, first of all. I mean, it's just reminiscent of 80s. Like, you know what I mean? It's just... I'm like speechless. I can't
and you know the crazy thing about Schoolie D? I mean, Schoolie D, like, and I'm always the oddball out or whatever like that. I mean,
why so?
Because I didn't get into Schoolie D when all this was going on. I was a kid.
Yeah,
I didn't know what
that shit was too mature.
Yeah, that shit was like way over my. I didn't get into Schoolie D until King of New York.
Which is I wanted to mention. Schoolie D did the
movie, the soundtrack for King of New York.
King of New York.
And that's when I had to backtrack and then get into that Schoolie D shit.
By the time, like, of course, like, PSK and Saturday night, the dope fucking jams. But the album I think is either second or third album, Smoke Some Kill. That was like, I used to knock that tape from front to back to front. That was my shit. Smoke Some Kill. He was ill. With DJ Cold Money.
Sam, I see you.
With DJ Cold Money.
This shit was banging right here, man.
Speaking of Parkside, I want to give a shout out to DJ Ken Cut.
DJ Ken Cut.
A PSK alum for letting me hold his vinyl. Shout out to DJ Ken Cut. And PSK's finest.
PSK's finest. DJ Ken Cut. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ Ken Cut. A fan of the show. You know what I mean? A friend of the show. Fuck a fan. A friend of the show. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Yeah, shout out to Ken Cut.
Love, right? That's
but
love.
yo, this shit right here, like I can't say it, like Schoolie D, man. Shout out to you, bro, because you really fucking paved the way for Philadelphia. You paved the way for the hardness, the hip hop in general, man. And I just want to give you your just due on our show, on our platform. You know what I mean? Doing that dope shit. Gucci time.
And he the coolest dude.
Yeah.
You ever been around him?
Yeah.
He the coolest, more humblest dude, man.
Yeah, for a dude that basically...
I met him once, like in the 90s. I think I was at a show, and someone introduced me to him. And I was a little bit starstruck, because to me, he was,
He's cool. He's a legend.
Like, you know who you are?
You're a fucking legend, man. You're a fucking legend. What you mean?
But this was well after me finding out who he was. Like I said, I didn't know him when he first came out. I was young, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to Schoolie D. Shout out to Chill Moody. Shout out to everybody that we talked about on the show in the 90s. Shout out to TSK1. Shout out to Miss Smith. Shout out to Bigger Bag. Shout out to myself.
Shout out to Sam behind the camera.
Sam behind the camera. You know what I mean?
No shout out to Culture Vultures.
No shout out to Culture Vultures. You know what I mean? We're going to be back next week with more of this Rap Delites.
You know what? I think that Hennessy's Culture Vulture, but that's for another day. That's another day.
Y'all done got her revved up. We done got her revved up. We're going to catch y'all next week. Peace.
So good.
It's good.
Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.